This podcast is brought to you by Contessa Digital.
Raise your hands if you feel a little bamboozled by all the talk about healing on social media, because there are always these posts about how if your life isn't going the way that you want it to, you just need to heal. You need to heal and everything will be better. You need to heal and you'll find the love of your life. You need to heal and you'll get that money, you'll get that job. And then you go on these healing journeys and it sucks. My name's Keshia Rice, by the way. I am a dating coach and a hypnotherapist. I help women who are ambitious, who are looking for love, learn how to heal from their unhealthy relationship patterns and to create healthy relationships. And so often, my clients get to a point in their journey where they just want to give up because they feel like they're doing all of this work to heal and it's not panning out. It's not working the way that they want it to. So, with that in mind, I wanted to give you 5 reasons why your healing journey may suck right now. So, number one is that you're not clear on the journey and or you have unrealistic expectations about what that journey entails. So often people think that this quote unquote healing journey is going to magically solve all of the problems, make everything 100% better, and then they will live happily ever after. The truth is, when you truly do the work to heal, it's not that your problems go away, it's just that you now have the tools to deal with them. It's not that you no longer get triggered, it's that you are now in a better place to handle those triggers. You don't get triggered as often. When you do, you're able to regulate your emotions more quickly, more easily. And oftentimes, again, there's this idea that healing is magic and you're going to have this fairy tale life. What I would encourage you to do instead is if you are embarking on a journey of wanting to heal from unhealthy relationship patterns, wanting to heal from childhood trauma, any of those things, is to really sit down, put pen to paper, journal it out. What would a healed life look like for you? So, not what a perfect life will look like for you, but what does a healed life look like? So, does that mean that you now have the confidence to step into some leadership roles that you could have never imagined yourself doing before? Does that mean that you are now in a relationship that is, again, not perfect, but is healthy? You're with someone that you love and you know that this person loves you back. Does that mean that you are at a place in your health and fitness where you feel strong, you feel beautiful, you feel like you're in your best shape? So, really get clear on what this journey looks like, what your end game is, and don't make it some vague magic fairyland at the end of a road. So, number 2 is that you're doing this for the wrong reasons. And specifically, you're doing it for external validation. So often, women come to me wanting to heal from their unhealthy relationships because they've been in a unhealthy relationship and they want to get an ex back, for example. And I appreciate women wanting to come to me, wanting to heal. I love that so much. I had my own history of toxic relationships. So anytime I can do for other women what I was able to do for myself, you know, it brings me a lot of joy. But at the same time, whenever I hear that, it's a little bit of a red flag. And we have to have a talk about what is realistic and what should be a healthy reason for getting healthy. When it comes to going on these journeys, you can't do them for other people. You can't do it to get an ex back or to prove all those people wrong who said that you never amount to anything. You can't do it to make yourself look more attractive to a workplace or anything. It has to be all about you. Your healing journey is personal and it is about getting to a place in life where you feel at peace, where you are happy with yourself, where you had that unconditional love for yourself, regardless of what other people say or do, regardless of who is in your life and who's not. And yes, when you are at a place where you've started to heal, where you found some of that healing, you will attract healthier relationships. Your career will blossom. Like the outside things do get better, but that can't be your motivation because when that becomes your motivation, one, you will end up with a incomplete journey. You will get something of what you want and settle for that, not knowing that there's so much greater for you out there. And two, it is so much easier to give up when things seem like they aren't going the way that they're going. Again, talking about dating and relationships, I definitely had these moments where I had a relationship and it ended and I wanted that person back. And then I was disappointed when I did all of these things to get that person back and it didn't work out, not knowing that while I was so hung up on those things, my husband was out there and there was someone who was so much better for me. There was a much better relationship out there. And if I had spent so much time, with a stranglehold on these past relationships, I would have never found that. And if I had spent so much time thinking that my healing wasn't working because I didn't get that specific person, I wouldn't have gotten to a place where I realized that my healing was working and that this person that I was so hung up on at one point really was not right for me, was not healthy for me. Number three is not knowing how to be quiet. And by that, I don't mean like just not talking to other people and not telling all your business, although that is an important part as well. What I mean is not knowing how to really spend time with yourself, not knowing how to really focus on what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and being able to listen to your own voice and hone your own discernment. Look, I am a dating coach. So obviously, I believe in coaching, counseling, therapy, all of that. I am big on self development. I'm big on reading the books, on listening to the podcasts, watching the YouTube videos, all of that. But there's balance. You have to know when to listen to those things, glean some information, learn, and most importantly, implement the things that you're learning. And then when to take some time to step away from all of that and be by yourself, listen to your own voice. When was the last time that you spent some time truly by yourself? That you sat in a room and meditated with no music or any of that, or that you went outside for a walk without listening to music or a podcast on your headphones? When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to be alone with your own thoughts? If it's been a while, I would recommend that you not only vow to do that, but to put it on a calendar, schedule it, and start scheduling it regularly, at least once a week, 15, 20 minutes. Get into that habit of being silent with yourself and listening to your own voice. Talking about other people, that brings me to point number four, which is not having the right circle. You are the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. So if you are, for example, with my clients, looking to be in a healthy, loving relationship, that you spend time with people who are unhappily married or who are determined to stay single and don't want to be in a relationship, or people who go from toxic relationship to toxic relationship, you are going to find yourself in the same patterns that those people are in. And this doesn't mean you have to cut people off completely. It doesn't mean that you have to, act holier than thou or anything. But sometimes you do need to temporarily separate yourself from family, from friends, from loved ones. Sometimes you have to distance yourself. Sometimes you have to set boundaries. Again, with relationships, maybe as you maintain a friendship with this person, but the two of you no longer talk about dating and relationships. You can talk about work, you can talk about shopping, you can talk about religion, anything else, but not the dating and relationships. And when I say that you are the five people that you spend the most time with, especially in this day and age, that includes your time online as well. You can't say you want to be in a healthy, loving relationship and all you ever follow are social media accounts that talk about men being trash or how like all relationships are terrible. You need to get those things out of your head and out of your circle. And the final thing is you are seeking perfection. Part of healing is understanding that you are not a problem to be fixed or to be solved, that you are great and amazing just the way you are. The only thing is that you love yourself enough to continue working to be better. Instead of trying to become a perfect person through your healing journey, through your self-development journey, focus on how can I show more love for myself? So I set boundaries because I love myself enough to protect my peace. I don't allow people to treat me badly because I love myself enough that I don't treat myself badly. So I wouldn't tolerate it in other people. I treat my body well and feed it good food and everything and get exercise because I love my body and I want to give myself a long and healthy life. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having the perfect diet. It is not about never making a mistake in a relationship again. It's not about never, losing my temper or, badly communicating how I'm feeling. It's about constantly seeking to be better, seeking to be more at peace. So these are the 5 reasons why your healing journey may not feel too great right now, why it may suck a little bit. And just know that if you start working on these things, you'll start to find that this isn't just some punishing journey. It's really an adventure. It is a chance to really discover yourself and to discover how amazing you are. And that when you do this journey right, it will be the best decision of your life.
Hey there. So you made it all the way to the end of the episode, which means I have 2 things to say. One, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And 2, you like me. You really like me. So I would appreciate it if you would show that by subscribing to this podcast so that more people can hear about it and enjoy it as much as you do. And if you want to know more about any of the links that I mentioned on this episode or any guests that I've had, be sure to go to KeshiaRice.com/links. That's KeshiaRice.com/links. I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode. So see you then.